Today on Live with Lori. Lori prepares a fusion favorite coconut crusted snapper. Plus, State Representative Steve Crisafulli stops by to help serve up some political food for thought.
Welcome to Live with Lori. Today we have State Representative Steve Crisafulli. Hi, Steve.
Lori.
How are you?
Doing good. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us. We are going to cook a coconut crusted snapper with a Thai chili garlic sauce today. Does that sound good?
Sounds good to me.
All right, so you ready to get your hands dirty?
I'm ready to get my hands dirty.
Okay, well, let's see. We're going to start off by getting 3 cups a quarter of panko, and I've got regular coconut in here. It's not toasted and it's not sweetened, and this is what you want to use. If you have a hard time finding it, try your health food store. While you're doing that, I'm going to put some mayonnaise on the fish, and if you've watched my show before, you know that I use that as a coating because it's a great binder. And I'm going to start asking you questions because that's how it works.
Sounds good.
Well, what got you interested in politics? What was the impetus for you deciding to run for elected office?
Well, I'll be honest. I always had an interest in what I thought I had an interest in was local politics. And, as I engaged a little bit more and got older and started getting more involved in the family business, I started realizing that a lot of decisions that were being made in Tallahassee were affecting, the business that I was in, as well as many businesses around our state and in our community. So at that time, I felt it was important to maybe speak up and be a part of the conversation, and fortunately had an opportunity for a seat that was in my community that I felt I had the voice of many of those in the community and thought I could be a good representative. So at that time, I took the ball and ran, and here I am 4 years later. So
I'm going to ask you about your family and how your wife feels about that, because I know that you have 2 small children at home. Yeah. So she's kind of like a single mom at times.
Yes.
When you're in Tallahassee. So if you'll pick this fish up, we're going to stir this real quick and just press that into that with the mayonnaise side down. Real good. So how does that fit in with?
Well, it's been a work in progress, and we're learning how to make it work. I can tell you that I don't think any 2 representatives do it the same. And I can tell you in our world, we've learned to make it work with the balancing the family activities as well as that of personal family business. So we've been able to make that work, and I can tell you every year is different. As you go through the process, you get more engaged and you have more responsibilities. So your time away from home starts to become a little more. So we're working with that and growing from it.
Now, how old are your kids?
My kids are. I have an 8-year-old and an 11-year-old, and both of them have actually really enjoyed the process themselves. They've learned a lot from it, and we typically take their spring breaks in Tallahassee because that's the time of the year.
Really?
We're in session, so they've learned a lot about the history of our state, and we've made the best of our opportunities. So
now you said that you're a businessman.
Yes.
When you're not in Tallahassee.
Yes.
What business is that?
My family has we call it an agribusiness. We're a cattle, citrus, real estate development and construction company. And when one's not paying the bills, the other one is. So we're very diversified in our industry, and our family's been here for quite a while in the agricultural industry, and that's really where we've more or less planted our roots.
Well, it seems to be working out for you. Is there been anything when you took office? Was there anything that was just so egregious that you found when you first got to Tallahassee? Because, as a freshman coming in, everything's kind of new and you don't know what you're doing. I mean, I'm guessing. I don't really know. Maybe you did know everything when you got to Tallahassee.
No, I certainly had that understanding and thought I knew what to expect. But, when I ran in 2008, I really felt that it was important to bring the principles and practices of business to government.
Right.
And that's really what I wanted to do. And truthfully, if you were to look at the legislation I've worked on and filed over the last few years, most all of it has to do with efficiencies and government and having a more efficient, effective government for the people of the state. And I felt that we run our businesses like that. We need to run our government like that, and that's really what I've been trying to work on while I've been there, as well as trying to continue to get Floridians back to work and have a good environment for businesses.
That's a big job.
Yes,
That's a big job. But we're going to start some rice, and this rice is going to be a little special because we're using coconut milk. Now, have you ever used coconut? I mean, not the kind that you put in the pina coladas, like real coconut milk. Okay, when we come back, we're going to do something real special with the rice, with the coconut milk, and we're going to finish off the fish. We're coming back with State Representative Steve Crisafulli.
When we come back, things heat up in the kitchen as Lori asks Steve about the hot button topic of redistricting.